Owen, tell me something.
Man, nobody likes this division.
Dahm, that's true. Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of Dahm. That's true. Of course, I'm your host of the most true Machine Steen. As always, I'm joined virtually by the bomb.
Bang.
Owen Dahm, the sickly bomb, the bomb of sickness.
The gent with the germs today.
Yes, the gent with the germs. And this week we are joined by our NFC South analyst, Adam. Adam, how are you doing?
Doing great. Really happy to be here.
I'll say any good nicknames to call you. I never know, like when our friends who come on who don't like have like a Twitch channel or like a YouTube channel or something to promote, I never know what to like call, where I'm like, it's Adam, because I don't want to like dox you and be like Adam last name and Adam. So is there anything we could call you right now, or
No. Not while I'm still rooting for the Panthers. You know.
Fair enough. I don't want to go down with
Yeah.
the ship. I get it. Yeah, that's fair. Well, welcome everybody in. Today we are doing the NFC South. We're picking every single game. Before we get too deep into it, I do want to make sure everybody comments, and subscribes over on YouTube. Comment who you think is going to win the NFC South. Comment the exact number of games that you think the New Orleans Saints will win. Comment that. Also, shout out to everybody over on the Patreon, patreon.com/obadisaster. Shout out the patrons, Skylar, Dylan, Ozzy, Aaron, and Mailbox Kansas City, currently open in the Iron District for just a little bit longer.
You could be next.
Yes, that's right. You want to join that list? Just head on over, patreon.com/obadisaster. We'll shout you out every episode. Put it under a business name, and then it's a business expense. Then, it's just sponsorship at that point,
True. Make an LLC specifically to give Truman and me money.
Use the company credit card.
Yes.
Yes. Now there we go.
Yes. Put it under
we will promote your company.
Yes. No, it doesn't matter what it does. We're for it. Absolutely. All right. So, today we're breaking down the NFC South. We are picking every single game in the NFC South. For anybody who is new to the show, the way that we do this is that me and Owen get sick of the pundits every year. They get to choose, basically, they would pick the Bills are going to finish 14-3 and have them picking the Chiefs. And then they go and pick the Chiefs and they say, I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Bills and finish 14-3. And it's like, well, that's not fair. Like, you just picked a record that you believe them to be. You didn't pick them. You didn't actually pick the games. You just kind of looked at a team and guessed a win. Anybody could do that. So what me and Owen did is that we do it where we cannot contradict ourselves. So this is episode 7 and we're doing NFC South. The only division we have left is our home division, the AFC West. That's how we'll finish up the season of Dahm. That's true. But every division that we have picked already so far has gone into this. So you will see that we'll go through, and me and Owen will have already picked some games. Well, that's because we already did the NFC North and the AFC North and the NFC South, the AFC South and the NFC East and the AFC East and the AFC South. And we've done all of them besides the NFC South and the AFC West. So we'll be picking those games. By the end of it, we will have picked every single game that will happen in the NFL. Me and Owen will have had something, had our reasons, had our narratives, had our stats. That'll be the reason that we pick it. Adam, real quick, do you know how many games are in the NFL season? How many unique games? How many how many head-to-head matchups total are there in the NFL season?
No, I don't know, because if you're just asking me how many games, is 17, but like how many unique games?
So
this doesn't happen again twice? Is that what you're saying?
No, unique is badly defined. I mean, I just mean games total. I would do, if New Orleans at Tampa Bay is 1 and Tampa Bay at New Orleans is another game. That's 2 games.
Kansas City only plays the Eagles on February 9th once, that kind of thing.
Exactly, like scoregami, that type of thing.
Yeah,
because that way I would have no way of guessing this. So
right, yeah, no way. So not counting the playoffs, just counting the regular season, how many games do you think it is?
Can't use a calculator. Is that not allowed?
Nope. You just got to guess off the dome.
520.
Oh, you did. I see what math you were doing. You've maybe we're explaining it in a bad way. You doubled what we were expecting. So it's 272 is how many unique games there are. That's how many games me and Owen will be picking by the end of this. We pick, there's 16 games a week when every team is playing, times 17. So that's essentially how it all works out. But that's pretty close. I mean, I see where you were going with it. I see how you got there. But yes, 272 games, and we are just about towards the end of it. We've really I think me and Owen are only picking because there's no AFC West games on this, so we're picking 6 for Atlanta, 4 for New Orleans, 2 for Tampa Bay. So we're only picking, me and Owen are only picking 12 unique games today.
Damn.
We're only going to pick 12 unique games next week too. So we're down to we've already picked over 240 games. So we are towards the tail end of this. But we appreciate you coming on. You're our resident. You're a Carolina Panthers fan for all intents and purposes. In this show's space, canonically, you exist as a Carolina Panthers fan.
I'm high on the Panthers and they let me down.
Every year you're high on the Panthers. Every year they let you down. I'm going to move you guys just down a little bit just so everybody can see. But, all right. Without further ado, we will start picking some of these games. We will do it alphabetically, but because your team is the Panthers, we will go last with the Panthers. So, we'll go Atlanta, then New Orleans, then Tampa Bay, finish it up with Carolina. So, starting here with Atlanta.
Carolina winning a lot of games looking at that right now, dude.
Well, you've added 3 games on. You've added 6 games because again, that's all Excel formulas, so
Right.
you've really only picked them at 5 wins. So don't jump the gun. Don't get ahead of me. But we'll start with Atlanta. Atlanta opens up their season home against Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is probably the best team in this division. I do think Atlanta at home against Tampa Bay, maybe in the first week, is their best shot at them, especially without Chris Godwin. I'm actually going to pick Atlanta here because Tampa Bay is going to lose some games, and I think to lose a game in the division is not unreasonable, especially when you're not at full health. So I'm actually going to take Atlanta for this first week.
Yeah, ditto. I think Tampa Bay and Atlanta will split. So
I'm going to take Tampa Bay here because I think that if any team's going to come from behind, it's going to be Atlanta. I don't think Tampa Bay's the come from behind team for the division.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, you got to start in the lead.
Right. Let Tampa get out ahead, and Atlanta's going to come storming back. I got you. Michael Penis Jr. is going to come from behind on you.
Penis.
He needs some time to get used to it, man. I know he played some games last year, but this is his first full season, so we'll see.
I know. I picked him up. I had a keeper fantasy league, and I picked him up at the end, and I ended up not keeping him. I'm actually keeping the Bake Show because I drafted him in the 8th round, and I was like, keeping him's not a terrible pick. I get to keep him at that 8th round pick, so it's not bad. I also have Chase Brown at the 10th round pick. No,
It's just the tragedy that it's at the 8th.
We play a terrible league where you get to people get to keep their first round picks too. It's just awful keeper like-format.
Yeah,
and
so Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Bijan Robinson, all like not up for grabs. Cool.
And I have the first pick in this draft this year, and I'm like, fucking awesome. I'm gonna pick fucking, I don't know, Drake London with the first overall pick. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like awesome, great, really glad. But like, and Baker, and out of all of that, so you get to keep the first round picks, which is stupid. For like 2 years, and then like your other pick starts to go up or something stupid. Not only that, but any free agents that you picked up is an 8th round pick. So I picked Baker Mayfield up off of waivers, and for some reason that's an 8th round pick. And all my league mates will get to keep
Daniels. I picked Jaden Daniels in the 11th, so I get to get him in the 10th.
No, you get to keep him at 11 still. You get to keep him at 11. You get to keep him at the round you drafted him.
Oh yeah, but like still, like that is
Yeah,
Both
it
are
should be
ridiculous.
10.
Honestly, Baker's going in like if you do redraft, he's going in like the 6th right now,
Yeah,
like on a 12 league.
right, which is the
that's what I was
point.
like. It's not
Yeah.
awful for me to keep him at the 8th there, so that's not bad. But I get to keep Chase Brown also in round 10, so that helps a little bit more. I traded away
Also
Josh
ridiculous.
Jacobs to trade into Chase Brown because I knew I could keep Chase Brown. I traded like as Chase Brown was becoming that starter. And, obviously it probably hurt me last year, but my team wasn't any good last year, so it didn't matter. But it all worked
See,
out.
Truman was trading to get Chase Brown. I had Zach Moss, so as a starter.
Owen was like, please, God, no, please. Yeah, Owen also kept Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes as his first and second round picks last year. So Owen got
I was
last.
protesting the fucking rules. It didn't work out like I thought it was going to.
Awful. Okay.
Yeah, I did it wrong.
Week 2, Atlanta travels to Minnesota. This is actually on Sunday Night Football. Me and Owen have already given this game to Minnesota. Adam, how are you feeling?
I agree. Yeah, I think Minnesota, that entire division, they're all monsters. So the Bears, arguably, but I mean the Vikings, Packers, Lions. If you're going through that division, you're having a rough time. So
Yeah,
I
Cox
think
always going to have Minnesota ready to go, honestly. Old Kevin O'Connell. He's always got him ready to go.
great, fantastic coach.
Yes. Honestly, it would be great if I'm ready. I'm hoping like a couple of these coaches I'm like that do really well but just can't get over the hump and win the Super Bowl because we're too busy winning the Super Bowl. I'm hoping some of them will just get frustrated. They'll keep holding on and then they'll have a bad year right when Andy's ready to retire and then we'll end up with like Kevin O'Connell or like Mike Tomlin or Sean McVay retires and goes to the booth, comes out to come join the Chiefs. One of those situations is what I'm hoping for Patrick Mahomes' back half of his career.
Yeah, Truman has this weird headcanon that Sean McVay is gonna retire. So just
Said it
he's like
before.
37.
He's
bro.
been flirting with it.
He's-
He's been
Yeah, he said it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He almost retired. Like when they were at the bottom because they won like 5 games last year or that year.
Yeah.
Had a
When
rough
Matthew
time.
Stafford goes, he might go. I'm just saying. Be ready for
Said
it.
the same
believe
thing
it when
about
I
Aaron
see it.
Donald.
That's true. That is true.
Mhm.
There's always somebody. Now it'll be Puka. There's always somebody to stay for. Speaking of, Atlanta goes to Carolina next that following week, September 21st. I'm gonna give this one to Atlanta. I know Owen likes Carolina, so he's gonna run all
Yes,
over him,
sir.
but you're picking Carolina here.
Yeah, I need Carolina to have some wins. I know I already have them for several wins, but I need Carolina to improve, and in order to improve, the number has to be bigger than what, 4? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, by the we'll revisit it actually later on. I've got our picks from last year, but I'll revisit what happened. But we'll do that in between teams here. But Adam, you're the tiebreaker here because I've picked Carolina, Owen has picked Atlanta, so you could be the tiebreaker for the group.
See, this is a really interesting pick because like looking at their schedule coming up, maybe I'm just a lot lower on Atlanta than I thought I was. But if they don't win this one, they don't win a lot until
No.
like maybe San Fran. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I honestly I do think Atlanta takes this one and they
Okay.
split. So Carolina gets them later, but I think Atlanta's got that win.
They get one. They take the lid off. Allows them to get a couple
Mhm.
more wins. The following week, Atlanta hosts the Washington Commanders. Me and Owen have both given this to Atlanta, which feels crazy.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not going to do that. Commanders.
I know. Hold on. Let me double check, make sure I coded that right. Nope. Yep. We both picked Atlanta. All right. Cool. Whatever we were on. Tune into last week's episode to see what me and Owen were thinking there.
It was
But
in Atlanta, so maybe
Crack.
home field.
yeah. That's got to be the only thing we could possibly be thinking.
Oh,
No,
give
I
me a
definitely
0
said
though.
The Commanders, like, I don't know. I feel like they don't get better this year. Like, it's gonna be really hard to hit that ceiling they hit last year.
True.
Yeah. No, I definitely take the Commanders on that though, because I mean, I still think that they're really good. a really
Mhm.
good team just because of Jaden Daniels. It's the elite quarterback effect, and I don't know if I can really mark him as elite yet, but he can take that step. Like he's right
Yeah.
there.
No, I
So,
feel that. Okay, so the following week
but
is actually a week 5 bye, which is the worst bye in the NFL. Uh, Going into
Yeah,
that
that's
bye
pretty
week,
horrible.
I have Atlanta at 3-1. Owen, you have them at 2-2. Adam, you have them at 2-2.
Good.
well, I have him at actually 1-3. I
Oh,
need a
oh,
0
oh,
there.
oh, oh! Sorry, 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 sorry. Good catch, good catch. Sorry, sorry. I do that a lot where I talk about like I have this team winning, and I go okay, and you said like I have the other team winning, and I just am here. I'm like winning. I put a 1, and I'm like that's silly. So okay, Adam has it 2-2. Owen has him at 2-2. I have him at 3-1. As a group, we have him at 3-1 going into that bye week, which is odd. But they come out of that bye week, week 6, Monday Night Football. They host the Buffalo Bills. I picked Atlanta. I guess I'm high on Atlanta, is what I'm realizing. Well, not for the rest of the season, actually. But I picked them to beat Buffalo coming out of the bye week. Owen has Buffalo winning this game. Adam, again, you're the tiebreaker.
Truman's just a
Got to be
Buffalo hater.
Buffalo.
Like Truman has unrealistic levels of Buffalo hate. Like I have realistic levels of Buffalo hate. Truman's levels of hate is just uh notable. I'll say. Let's just say notable. We'll stop
I'm
there.
a hater, and I'm willing to admit that. I come by that honestly. Atlanta is at San Francisco the following week. This is on Sunday Night Football. Me and Owen have already given this game to San Francisco. Adam, how are you feeling?
I think Atlanta takes this one. I'm lower on San Francisco just because their depth is not very good. Like they have not been drafting well for years. They
That's
just
fair.
haven't. They're burning their mid-round draft picks every single year. It's just
Yeah,
so eventually the fall off is going to happen again, and I think it's probably going to happen this year.
And
yeah.
I cannot wait because San Francisco fans keep yapping, bro. Shut up.
Interesting.
There are
I
Yeah,
did
did you
only
not.
see
a
Brock
couple
Purdy,
fan bases.
top 10
There are
quarterback, Brock
only
Purdy?
Top
yeah,
10 quarterback.
exactly. Only a couple fan bases allowed to talk right now. Unfortunately, the Eagles. They're allowed to talk. The Chiefs are allowed to talk. Nearly three-peated. I believe that Buffalo and Baltimore are also allowed to talk, although they haven't got it done in the postseason. There's not a lot of games that you can pick them to lose just straight up. They're
Interesting.
It's
the
so easy
players
to talk
choke.
back to the Ravens fans.
Yeah, yeah, for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're allowed to talk. That's about it. And I think Lions and Commanders fans are allowed to talk, but that's about it.
I I don't think so. I don't think that's true.
They're allowed
Commanders
to
not
say my
yet.
team's better.
They're too
That's
new.
about
Man,
it.
yeah, Commanders are too new. The Lions are getting there, but the Lions also honestly Lions fans should know better than to talk because, they've suffered for so long that until they win anything. That's like Chiefs fans like we weren't really talking until we won the Super Bowl and then it's like, "All right, well now we'll talk." And then we won another Super Bowl and then we're like, "Okay, now we're really going to talk." And then we won another Super Bowl and you're like, "Okay, all right. I'm talking shit to everybody when I see anybody in
Time for people
public
to
at
be
this
sick
point."
of me.
Yes. Yeah. And that is how I operate essentially. Uh, the following week, week 8, October 26th, Atlanta hosts the Miami Dolphins. Me and Owen have already given this to Atlanta. Adam, high on the Dolphins?
Actually, yeah, a little bit more than people would think. They improved their O-line. Well, everyone's gonna throw on them. Like they don't have cornerbacks right now. It's gonna be
They
really
got that
easy.
one guy back from Pittsburgh, Minka, right?
Yeah, Minka. Yeah,
Yeah,
at
that was weird.
safety, it's just in coverage. Like they don't have any outside corners that are healthy right now. So Drake London would completely destroy them. Like, and I think that Penix is able to spread it around well enough. Atlanta will take this one.
Yeah. All right.
Not
That's fair.
ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that.
No. I feel good about Atlanta. I feel good enough about Atlanta that I'm in on that. The following week, Atlanta is at New England. I gave that game to New England. Owen gave that game to Atlanta. So Adam, you're the tiebreaker.
New England. New England's got this one.
What?
I
Oh,
I am kind of a Drake May believer. Actually more so. I'm a Mike Vrabel believer. I think that Vrabel's going to turn that culture around. Like they even got, what's his name? The offensive coordinator. They got him back in.
Oh,
McDaniel.
Josh McDaniel.
Josh
Yeah,
McDaniels. Yeah.
or McDaniels. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a shit head coach, but he is a great offensive coordinator. And they did
I
not
did
have
forget
anything
that
like that.
I did forget that Vrabel was back.
Exactly. So I think New England's got that.
I think that's fair.
Especially-
This is his second stint in New England, right?
No,
Well,
he
he
was
was a
like a
player
linebackers
first.
coach. Yeah, he was a player and linebackers coach, I think, in New England. But
I knew he was a player because he won some Super Bowls with Tom.
yeah, also
I think
famously
he
played
coached.
for who else? Owen.
Did he play for the Chiefs?
He did play for the Chiefs. Yeah, he's pretty good with the
That
Chiefs.
was right
honestly.
before my ball knowledge started, though. Like what, 2007?
No, later than that, I think. Maybe even like
I
09, 010. 010 if you
really.
doesn't make sense,
Huh.
but yeah. Yeah, I'll
It's
let
kind
you
of funny
I'll
too.
let somebody at a computer Google it, but
I'll get
Um,
it.
a lot of people think that Vrabel's part of the Belichick coaching tree, but he's all he did was play for Belichick. He actually didn't coach with him, if I remember correctly.
was he
Like
not a
Yeah,
he's
linebackers
been
coach there?
around the league. I don't think so.
Truman, you're right.
Okay.
2009, 2010. That's it.
Interesting. Would you look up his Wikipedia and see where he coached before he became a head coach of the Titans? Because I can't remember if he just went straight from being a player to. I assume not straight from player to head coach. I assume he was a defensive coordinator or a line. I thought he was a linebackers coach somewhere. I just can't remember
Yes,
where he
Ohio
was.
State.
That's where he was before.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'll pull it back up. Hold on. Control Shift T. Mike Vrabel, yeah. Ohio State 2011 linebackers coach.
And then he got hired at Tennessee like 2012. Or
Yeah. So Ohio State 2011 linebackers, 2012 and 2013 defensive line. Then he went to the Texans as a linebackers coach.
okay,
2014, 2016. Then Texans DC. Then Titans head coach.
okay. So there was a but he was a DC first. I was
And
like,
then
I swore he was a coach in the NFL somewhere.
apparently in
But
2024 he was a coaching and personnel consultant with the Browns at some point. Did not know that.
yeah, that's like the Chiefs brought in Antonio Pierce at training camp, and like they've brought in Gruden before at training camp. I wouldn't listen too much to the noise.
It was pretty fun to see Antonio Pierce in Chiefs gear. That made me smile.
He looked kind of good. Looked kind of good in it. Okay. Atlanta hosts the Indianapolis Colts the following week. Well, they kind of host the Colts. This game is in Berlin. It's at 8:30 a.m. on November
What a
9th.
terrible fucking game to send those poor Berliners, dude.
We're really not sending our best. I picked the Colts for this game. Owen has already picked Atlanta for this game. Adam, once again, you get to be the deciding vote.
It's Atlanta. It's got to be Atlanta. I just think the Colts. Yeah, they just named Daniel Jones as their starting quarterback.
That's
And what's
right.
crazy is like there's some metric, I forgot what the metric was, but it was out of 39 quarterbacks, and it was him and Anthony Richardson at 38 and 39
Yeah,
for whatever metric this was. And
that was a
I
lot of
just
metrics from what I was seeing. There's a lot of metrics where it was like there was like 55 players ranked, and Anthony Richardson was 55, and like in one of them he was in touchdown to interception ratio. I think he was 50th, but he's 55 otherwise, and like everything else, it's just crazy.
I saw a TikTok today of this New York Giants fan saying that you better be ready for the worst season ever, Colts fans.
Yeah, yeah. November. I did also see somebody that pointed out that like Anthony Richardson, as a tight end, has a RAS like a RAS score of it was like, or I guess just a RAS. I guess saying score is redundant of like 4.79 as a tight end or something. So people are like,
Is that
you know,
bad?
no, that's really
too
good.
bad.
Or
No,
no,
it's like
no. Sorry,
9.7 would be awesome, but
sorry. Maybe that's.
4.7 is like
I think that's what I'm thinking of. I think I'm having dyslexia real quick. Sorry, or Lisdexia, number dexia. I don't know, whatever it was. But I think like he did have a very high. I think it was like 9.74 or like 9.47, something insane where people are like, not too late, never too late to become a tight end.
He's played like 7 games of quarterback in his life, so maybe he should try that.
Yeah. November 6th,
He's a
6th.
perfect 10.
He's
That
what?
is nuts. He's a perfect 10 on his RAS score.
As a quarterback, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, that was as a quarterback, but like, I mean, that
Yeah.
translates. Like quarterbacks turn to tight ends all the time.
Yeah,
So
that's why I think he was like a 9.47 or a 9.74 as a tight end. Like, still probably the best, but there's probably a couple like of those super skinny tight ends that are a little faster or a
yeah,
little
no
or
no tight ends
somebody's a little
running as fast
taller.
as him. He runs a 4.44. Like
Christ. We
he's
could
6'4", 244 pounds. He puts on 10 pounds to run a little bit slower, and he's still more athletic than any tight end we know. Like
there's got to be a way to do it. Yeah, I guess he's probably losing points on his weight. He's probably not in like a suit. Like he's probably like just in a 8 out of 10 for weight for tight ends, you know. But all right. The following week after after the Berlin game, the Atlanta Falcons host the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to give this one to Atlanta also. Splitskis boys, are you guys going split?
yeah, this is where I give it to the Panthers.
Owen?
No, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
They're not. Panthers aren't winning on the road.
Well, you had the split that way, so that's how you had it. So, Atlanta at New Orleans. A dangerous rivalry game, November 23rd. You know what? Give me New Orleans over Atlanta here.
It's the only reason I'm considering it is because of the rivalry.
Yes, there has to be. New Orleans has to win a game or two. They have to.
Not this one.
Nope.
Not for me either. I'm on it honestly. Like I'm just fading New Orleans this entire season. I think.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The following week, Atlanta is at the Jets. Me and Owen have already picked the Jets for this game. Adam, are you feeling the same?
Yeah, I'll take the Jets on this. Yeah,
I think that's
Justin
fair.
Fields
Yeah,
coming into form.
I like Justin Fields mostly as a fantasy quarterback, but I like him as a person too, I guess.
Yeah, I'll take the Jets here.
Yeah, you already. Don't worry, Owen. You already took the Jets. I got you.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Yep. December 7th, Atlanta comes back and hosts the Seahawks. Me and Owen have already given that one to Atlanta. Adam, are we all in agreement?
I like the Seahawks actually. I do
Really?
like. Yeah, I think that Mike McDonald's a defensive head coach, and he got some more pieces that he really needs. Um, and they upgraded that O line, which was the worst in the league last year. And they're going to run the shit out of the ball.
Very interesting. It just you worry about Kenneth Walker staying healthy, although a nice light Zach Charbonnet does pair well with the Seahawks team, I would say. So it's not bad. December 11th, Thursday Night Football at Tampa Bay the following week. I'm giving that one to Tampa Bay a lot. I love Tampa Bay in that game.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I think I am opposite of you though, because I think Tampa's going to be the one that is going to win this season. I mean, win the division. So yeah, definitely give me Tampa Bay.
I also think Tampa Bay is going to win this division.
I thought you said Atlanta was going to win the season.
No. I'm at 7 wins, so I don't think so.
I agree. I think Tampa Bay will win this.
Yeah, that is fair. They are at the Arizona Cardinals that following week. Me and Owen. I know Owen's always high on the Cardinals, so he's already given that game to the Cardinals, and I did agree with him in the Battle of the Birds. I gave it to the Cardinals as well. In the Battle of the Birds, who do you have, Adam?
This one is going to be a battle because I have these guys about even.
Yeah.
I need the Falcons to win another one though, so I think this is it. The Falcons win this one.
Yep. You're backing yourself into a corner. We are familiar with this on the show where you're like, for my narrative, I have to pick him to do this. So Owen messed up his narrative last week, in fact, and he accidentally picked the Commanders to win the NFC East. So he's got that going for him.
Yeah,
Could happen. It's not going to be the Cowboys. We all know that. So.
That's right. Maybe it's their year this year. December 29th, Monday Night Football. Atlanta hosts the Rams. I've given this to the Rams already. Owen has given this to Atlanta. Adam, the deciding vote?
Rams. Yeah, I'll
Rams.
take the Rams. If Matt Stafford is healthy, this is their game.
Matt Stafford died weeks ago. Everybody knows that.
If the corpse of Matt Stafford is still intact, then they take this game.
It's like a hashtag right now. It's like Matthews. It's like Stafford died weeks ago or something.
And then you just show a newspaper with today's date on it.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, he was running out to practice, and they're like, "I'm gonna need him to run out there with a newspaper with today's date." Yeah. Atlanta finishes the season hosting the Saints. Give this one to Atlanta. A nice tight bow on it.
You already know, Truman.
Yep. Atlanta.
Owen high on Atlanta. 10 wins for Owen for Atlanta. I've got him at 8 wins. Adam has him at 7 wins. As a group, we have him at 9 wins, which is
I blame previous week's Owen for that.
yes. Yeah, I mean, that's the only person you can blame. You only picked 6 games today for Atlanta, so
I'm pretty sure I picked them all. Well, no, I picked 1 or 2 wins, but
yeah, because you definitely
I
picked him.
realized I'm a lot lower on the Falcons than I thought I was, to be honest.
I'm
I
about
thought I would have had them there.
This is about how much I believe in the Falcons. I believe they will be better than they were last year, but not by a ton, you know? So, all right. We're going to skip over the Panthers because that's where we'll end the episode at. Unfortunately, it is time to do the New Orleans Saints.
you know, Truman, he's not a real Panthers fan. Do we really have to skip him over?
Yes, because I have already coded the spreadsheet like that. So, to avoid me doing Excel formulas live on air, yes, we will have to skip over the Carolina Panthers.
See, that's a good reason.
Yes. Gets us into the very exciting New Orleans Saints. Adam, I think we're going to move pretty quick through this as me and Owen have picked the first 7 games already for the Saints. So we might, listen,
Good.
Saints fans, I think nobody wants us to talk about the Saints. Even you, Saints fans that are watching
Well,
this.
if you're a Saints fan listening to this, first of all, why don't you reach out to us? Because we could have used an NFC South freaking correspondent.
No time to call us. Too long on the suicide hotline. That's our. That's.
Oh, yep.
Sad for being
True.
Saints fans. So I thought that joke would go over better, but this is a whiff. All right. A long silence. Okay. Let's rapid fire through the Saints first couple weeks here. The Saints open the season hosting the Arizona Cardinals. We have picked the Arizona Cardinals here. Adam?
I'm going to take the Cards as well.
Yep. I like that. The Saints, they get to open 2 games at home, as the following week they host the San Francisco 49ers. Me and Owen have already picked the 49ers. Adam?
Yeah, it's going to be the 49ers.
Gotcha. Oh, my God. The following...
That's appropriate.
It's a lot of zeros. It's a huge 0. They are at Seattle that following week. Believe it or not, me and Owen have picked the Seahawks already in this game.
Yeah, just I guess the next 3 games, just go ahead and put a 0 down.
Gotcha.
So far.
They're at Buffalo that next game. That's a 0 for you. Me and Owen already picked that for Buffalo. The Giants at home. You're picking the Giants?
Yeah, actually, no, I keep going with the zeros.
Okay.
Just
Gotcha.
keep it coming.
This is
Gotcha,
gonna be
the Giants.
This is gonna be the fastest segment I've ever had to clip ever for Dahm. That's true, dude.
The Giants in New Orleans. The Patriots go to New Orleans that following week. Somehow I picked the Saints in this game. Owen picked the Patriots. Adam, I assume you're picking the Patriots?
Patriots it is, yep.
Yep, you're a Drake May believer. Are you a Caleb Williams believer? They are at Chicago that following week.
Yeah, actually, I believe more in Chicago than I do in Tyler Shuck.
I think a lot of us do. All right.
If your name is pronounced with letters that don't exist in it, I'm gonna judge you.
That's
Yeah, I really hate that name. I hate that name, and I hate the way it's pronounced. Tampa Bay. They host Tampa Bay that following week. Give me Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Yeah, Truman, come on. Just keep it going.
They're at the Los Angeles. I'm trying to make it a little interesting. They're at the Los Angeles Rams that following week. Me and Owen, we've already picked the Rams, but Adam.
Put another 0 there.
I'll give it to the Rams. Okay, all right, that's fair. They are at Carolina. An actually interesting game. But on the road at Carolina, I'm going to take Carolina.
It's an interesting game. Carolina wins.
Oh my god.
Me blowing my nose throughout this segment should tell you everything you need to know.
This is all the talking about it we need to do.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I see maybe the Jets later.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm just looking, no, not even.
It's going to be tough.
A team completely needs to fall apart. Like their quarterback is gone, and they're on their second or third string quarterback to lose to the Saints team.
Well, they do
Like,
play Miami. Anything could happen there.
it's
Guys,
true.
I need you to think about this, okay? All of us watch college sports. All of us are plugged in, at least somewhat, to sports talk radio or sports TV,
What?
right? We all watch, first things first, whatever.
Never have. No.
How many times has there been a quarterback who we've never heard of that randomly shows up in the NFL and is good? 0. The answer is
Brock
0.
Purdy.
He's not good.
Unfortunately, we're all K-State fans.
Top
We'd already
10
heard of
quarterback Brock Purdy.
It's not going to happen. Tyler Shuck had an unnotable career in college, and he's going to have an unnotable career in the NFL. It's going to be short. It's going to be 1 year.
I think that's fair. All right. Well, they go into a week 11 bye. They lose the bye week, unfortunately. No, I'm just they are 0-10 going into this bye week for Owen and Adam and the group. I have them at 1-9. I'm pretty high on the Saints personally. They come out of that bye week, and God damn it, at home, they beat the Falcons. I have them picked like that. That's why I picked them over the Falcons. I knew that. So why, because they were coming out of the bye week to get them all the way
That's
up to
a fair
2-9.
to say.
You and Owen, Adam and Owen have already picked Atlanta to win this game. They are at Miami that following week. Me and Owen have picked the Dolphins. Adam, is this the game where maybe they're on their third string quarterback that you pick the Saints to win?
No,
Oh,
I
no,
think it's
okay.
still another loss. Yeah, because even if the quarterback's down, their run game in Miami is supposed to be pretty good with A-Chain.
Yeah, it's still probably pretty good. They're at Tampa Bay that following week. I'm going to give that one a 0. Owen?
Yep. 0.
Adam?
If I can't tell you anything your quarterback
0.
did, he's going to be bad.
All right. December 14th, home against Carolina. Oh.
I just like the Panthers better. I mean, maybe if Fields isn't playing against, you know what? I'll give him the game against the Jets.
All right, you're picking them next week for the Jets. That's going to be your one win.
Exactly.
Oh, and this is
That's
your
gonna be the
last
one win.
chance to give the Saints one win. Will you do it?
Oh, yeah, give it to Carolina.
Oh, paper bags for the Saints fans. You know what? Give me Carolina. I can't bring myself to pick the Saints over 2 wins. So we all pick Carolina to win that week. December 21st. Oh my God, calm down, keyboard. December 21st, they are at the New York Jets. They're home against the New York Jets. Adam has given that game to the Saints. Me and Owen has already given it to the Jets. The second to last week of the season, they are at Tennessee. Me and Owen have already given this one to Tennessee. Adam joining the train.
Actually, no. Let's give them another win right here. Yeah, they come on at the end of the season.
Winning streak. Oh my God. 2 games
and
in
then
a
lose,
row.
of course, to Atlanta at the end.
Yes, and then week 18, we all have them losing to Atlanta. I've picked them at 2-15. Adam has picked them at 2-15. Owen, you have them at 0-16. Unfortunately, that means as a group we have them at 0-16 because we even in the games where we picked them to win, we never agreed on it. So 2 of us never picked them to win in the same week.
You mean 0-17, right?
0-17 is what I mean. Yes, sorry. 2-15, 0-17, 2-15, 0-17. The first 0-17 team, by the way, is what it would be if they did that.
Yeah, they'll do it.
Wow.
Making history.
Guys, we're Chiefs fans. We've seen this. The rest of your team can be really good. Freaking, all-world tight end, very serviceable wide receiver. If the quarterback is not good, you will lose every game.
Not every game. I mean, we've never seen
Brody
them lose every
Croyle
game.
went 0-12 as a starter.
Well, he lost
We're gonna
every
see
game.
it again.
Tyler Shuck. Well, I think Spencer Rattler's probably going to start the year. So does
Yeah,
that
he
change
is.
any of these predictions for you, Owen?
But they lose enough games, they have to change something.
That's yes. Who's the coach there? Oh, it's fucking Kellen Moore. Man,
Yeah.
why would you leave
Yes,
the Super
they're
Bowl winning team to
horrible.
go to the fucking Saints, man?
Yeah,
Ugh.
and I mean, he is a really good offensive coach, but when you have what you have there, it's just not. I mean, they're gonna run the shit out of the ball. Everyone's gonna know what they're gonna do, and they're gonna take a bunch of shots downfield on play action.
Why did they
It's
not
just not
pick
gonna.
Shadur? Why did the Saints pick Tyler Shuck? Why
Because they're
would
dumb and bad.
I guess that's what keeps bad teams bad. All right. Let's move on to Tampa Bay, the antithesis of what we believe the Saints to be. I believe that Tampa Bay is going to be very good. I'm a believer in the Bake Show. He had released another great commercial. One of the best actors playing in the NFL right now. So, Tampa Bay opens their season at Atlanta. Adam, you have picked that as a win. Me and Owen, oddly enough, picked that as losses for Tampa Bay. They are at Houston that following week on Monday Night Football on September 15th. Me and Owen, we gave that game to Houston. We both believe in Tampa Bay, but have them starting 0-2. Adam, do you have them started 2-0
I'll
or
give that to
1-1?
Houston.
You give
No,
that one to
I'll give
Houston.
that one to Houston. Yeah.
I think that's fair. The schedule lightens up a bit. They are home against the Jets that following week, September 21st. Me and Owen, we've already given that one to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay takes this one against the Jets for sure.
Gotcha. They are home against the Eagles. This will be a big test, and a chance to kind of save their season. I think me and Owen are lower on the Eagles than some people are.
We're just a bit lower. We're not that much lower. We're just a
Yeah.
bit lower.
No, I think we picked them at 10 or 11 wins. And I think a lot of people are still picking them at 12 or 13 wins. And I think their defense got just a little bit too much worse for me to really believe in them all the way. So home against the Eagles, me and Owen have already picked Tampa Bay. Adam, how are you feeling about it?
I'm gonna pick Tampa Bay here as well, but just because Philadelphia needs to lose a few, they
Mm-hmm.
always do. Like, and
Yeah.
it's always Tampa Bay is like they're like Philadelphia's kryptonite in a way. Like their matchup, they're just a matchup problem for Philadelphia in general. So I think Tampa Bay's got it.
I could see that. I could believe that. They are at Seattle the following week. I have given this one to Seattle. Owen has given this one to Tampa Bay. Adam, you get to be the deciding vote.
Tampa Bay on this one. Yeah, I like Seattle a lot, but that's tough.
Even on the road, even East Coast going to the West Coast. I don't know if I don't think that has the same effect as West Coast to East Coast, but I still always
I
have it.
like Tampa Bay's roster a lot. Like and Baker
Yeah,
Mayfield, like
me too.
he's been playing like a top 10, top 8 quarterback even
Yeah.
for a couple years now. So
If they get to the NFC Championship game, you're going to see people put Baker Mayfield possibly top 7. I was going to say top 5, but I don't.
I already see people putting him top 5.
No way. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's too far. I'm willing to say that's too far, but maybe. I guess I can see the argument for it. I think Jane Daniels moved into the top 5 for too many people way too fast, but Baker could be like Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford on steroids, where people put Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford number 5, and you're like, I don't know. But Baker's been around long enough, and if he makes it to like the NFC Championship game, people are gonna be like, I don't know, man. That looks like a top 5 quarterback. This could be the
and
year.
another thing too, like Tampa Bay drafted a rookie, Benjamin Morrison, who fell down draft boards because he had like a hip issue basically, or a couple hip issues.
Uh huh.
But the guy, if he was healthy, would be a top 10 pick at corner. Like he is a very, very good player. And I
Yeah.
think if he's looking really good in camp right now. If he works out and they put him on JSN and have Antoine Winfield Jr. Bracket him, like
Yeah.
I mean, they
I mean,
might
that's
take away the threat right there. So
yeah. That's a great setup
Not
on
ridiculous.
neutralizing Seattle's threats. So the week after that, though, Tampa Bay hosts the San Francisco 49ers. You said you're low on San Francisco. Are you this low? Because me and Owen were this low. We picked Tampa Bay over San Francisco. But are you this low on them?
yeah, give me Tampa.
I
Yeah.
also don't think it's that low, to be honest. This is just, Tampa Bay is not an easy win for anybody. The
No.
Chiefs would have lost one last year if not for a coin toss, probably.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously.
The coin tosses last year that we won.
One of the many.
Yeah.
At Detroit that following week, Monday Night Football. That's a good Monday Night Football game.
Absolutely. This is gonna be
We'll
a fight.
we'll have that on a third monitor and be watching that instead of talking about sports on Dahm. That's true that week. Monday Night Football at Detroit. Me and Owen have already picked Detroit, but how do you feel about it, Adam?
No, this is one of those heartbreaking losses for Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
They fight as hard as they can, but they can't get it. So I think Detroit's got that.
Fair enough. Well, luckily they get to lick their wounds the following week at the New Orleans Saints. The bye week before the bye week, if you will, on October 26th. We've all given that one already to Tampa Bay, which brings them into their Week 9 bye. I have them at 5-4, even though I'm self-proclaimed believer in them. I'm at 5-4. Owen has them at 6-3. Adam, you have them at 7-2. As a group, we have them at 6-3 as well. So, again, good for this far into the season. They come out of that bye week. They host the New England Patriots on November 9th. Me and Owen have already given this game to Tampa Bay. Adam, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, that's Tampa's game. I think New England's gonna be good, but I don't think they're gonna be that good.
No. They are at Buffalo the following week. Man, that's a tough game. I've given that game to Buffalo. Owen has given this one to Tampa Bay because he's called me a hater, but he picked Tampa Bay in Buffalo, so I think he's kind of a hater. Adam, tiebreaker.
Okay, they need to lose some games. That's what I said.
Sure.
I think they lose this one. In Buffalo, Buffalo's got a big advantage.
Mm-hmm. I think that's fair. They are the following week, Sunday Night Football. They are at the Rams. See, and maybe this is where that affects that East Coast team when it's super late, where it's like when it's like West Coast to East Coast. The issue is that those teams are playing at like at essentially 10 a.m. for them. Although I guess the game is still at 7:30. Never mind. The game's at the same time on Sunday Night Football, no matter what. Uh, which is probably the reason that me and Owen both gave it to Tampa Bay at the Rams. How do you feel about it, Adam?
I think the Rams win this one, actually.
Interesting. You think
Yeah.
Stafford is alive?
Yeah. Yeah, the corpse of Matthew Stafford, 80% of who he is still a damn good quarterback. And he got more weapons. McVay is still McVay. I think you can't really count him out.
I think that's fair. Arizona travels to Tampa Bay that following week. Me and Owen have already given that one to Tampa Bay. Are you feeling the same?
Yep, Tampa Bay for that one.
Gotcha. They are hosting the New Orleans Saints. We've already all given that one to Tampa Bay. They are then hosting the Atlanta Falcons. We have on Thursday Night Football. We have already all given that one to Tampa Bay as well. They are at Carolina that following week. How much does everybody believe in the Panthers? Because I don't. I'm picking Tampa Bay. Owen?
No, I'm not that much of a believer. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I give this one to Carolina. I need a weird one.
Fair enough. Adam?
I'm taking Tampa on this one.
I think that's fair. By the way, we had a message in the chat from Hannah Learns to Read. He was giving us the Vegas odds for the Saints over under on wins, by the way. And if you are curious, the Saints under 1.5 wins is plus 800. So if you wanted to make 800, it's on FanDuel, it's plus 800. If you want to pick the Saints under 1.5 wins, if you want to pick them under 2.5, it's plus 420. And if you want to pick them under 3.5, it's plus 210.
So what? They think the Saints are going to win 4 games?
Yes. That is essentially, that's probably the line they've set. Actually, the Vegas has probably set their line at 4.5, I imagine.
Yeah,
so I think that's free money. Yeah, 4.5 is the line. I believe I would certainly take them at under 2.5 at plus 420.
Yeah,
I would do that.
Wins. Yeah, I'll probably do that, honestly. I'll probably get some action from me.
Again, plus 800 if you're really, really low on the Saints for under 1.5 wins. But I feel like a team can just fall ass backwards into, a win, into 2 wins. That's why I'd probably take them at plus 450. But yes. Thank you for the stats, Logan. December 28th, the following week, Tampa Bay is at Miami. I'm picking Tampa Bay in that game. Owen is picking Tampa Bay in that game already. Adam, Tampa Bay?
Yep, nothing new. Tampa Bay on this one.
Yeah. Again, who knows who'll be playing quarterback that last week. Week 18, they host the Carolina Panthers. The only thing to consider here is that maybe they're resting their starters. But I think at 11 wins, I think they will be jockeying for playoff position. And I think maybe even their backups could beat Carolina at home. I'm taking Tampa Bay here.
So in my logic, I already have the division locked up, right?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Well, unless I'm picking the Panthers to win it. Yeah, so give me Carolina here.
Fair enough. Adam?
Carolina, yeah, I think they're resting their starters at this point.
Interesting. Yeah, mine is truly just playoff seeding is the only reason I'm thinking that could be the way it goes. So, but I absolutely understand if you go the other way. Handlers Reed, thank you for lurking and hanging out, by the way, live. Hey, by the way, real quick, if anybody ever does want to check out the live stream, we do stream live on Twitch, normally on Mondays around like 8 p.m. Central Time, twitch.tv/DeanMachine. Just a quick, easy plug. You can always subscribe over there also to help us out. So just wanted to make sure we plug that in. Before we talk about the Carolina Panthers, which, Adam, we know you're just such a huge fan of. But
he's ready to go.
I know, but since you're not really that big of a fan of the Carolina Panthers, we probably don't need to ask you about why you became a fan of the Carolina Panthers. So in lieu of that, I would like to talk about real quick where we picked all these teams last year. Because we talked, I told you
they actually did, or
yeah, versus how they actually did. Owen, could you pull up the standings from last year? I'm pulling up the picks. If you could pull up the standings.
Oh, the actual standings?
Yes. Because we'll start here with the Atlanta Falcons. I bet we were believers. Yeah. Oh God. Ugh. The Atlanta Falcons. I had them at 11-7. 11-6. Adam, you had them at 10-7. As a group, we had them at 10-7. Owen, you had them at 8-9. How did the Falcons actually finish?
8-9, baby. Come on now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You nailed it. Me and Adam,
perfect.
We were too big on Kirko chains. That's our bad.
Penis, dude. Penis.
We've learned.
It was penis by the end. It was Kirko chains at the beginning.
Penis.
The Carolina Panthers, as high as Owen was on them, he only picked him at 6 wins. I picked him at 4 wins. Adam picked him at 5 wins. As a group, we had him at 5 wins. Owen, how many wins?
5 wins.
5 wins, Adam. That's one for Adam there.
See,
and one
guys,
for the group.
We just no ball. Like we're in and around these scores. We just preseason, by the way. No injuries have happened. We're just ballers.
Yep. The New Orleans Saints. I had them at 8 wins. Owen had him at 8 wins. Adam had him at 5 wins. He might be ball knowledgeable. As a group, we had him at 7 wins. Owen, how many wins for the Saints?
The Saints had 5 wins last year.
5 wins, ball knowledgeable for Adam. Owen can tie
That's
him.
two.
Can tie him at the end. Yes, and the group did not get that one. So it all comes down to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, I think we were all probably a little too low on. I had him at 9 wins. Owen, you had him at 10 wins. Adam, you had him at 10 wins. And as a group, we had him at 9 wins. Owen, how many wins for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Truman, you got to remember, this is the NFC South. They're all horrible. 10 wins.
10 wins. Adam, 3 for 4. Hot diggity dog. And Owen, yeah. Owen, you nailed it. Owen, you went 2 for 4.
I was only off 2 total wins across the division.
Let's see. I was off 1 win. And then 3 wins. No, you were off 3 wins for New Orleans, so that's just not true.
Oh.
And then you were off 1 win for that Panthers team. Adam was only off 2 wins for the entire division, so don't try to you were stolen valoring Adam there.
You're disrespecting a future U.S. Army soldier, buddy.
Yep. Man.
Kirk Chains would give him 10 wins.
I know. I'm trying to see if you picked him over Atlanta once. I'm trying to see if you picked him over Atlanta the other time. No, you had him splitting in Atlanta. I'm not going to run all the. I was trying to see who you might have had as the division winner. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, Adam, and just because you picked everything so correct. You had the correct division winner. That's what I'm going to give to you. You've earned it.
Perfect.
All right.
I had the correct division winner too. Hello?
Yeah, you did. Sure. Whatever. Who cares though?
Yeah, my bad. All right.
Listen, I'm glazing Adam. Stop trying to get in on this glaze, bro.
I want to be glazed.
Hey, all right. Let's get into the Carolina Panthers. Adam, we appreciate you coming on every year to be our Panthers defender. I'm not sure how it started, but do you remember what made you become such a big Panthers fan?
I just like projects. I like seeing potential in the projects, and if I see that they have the pieces to make it go, that's where it was. They just didn't. The pieces fell apart.
They have yet to make the pieces work. Yes, but maybe this is the year. Me and Owen have already picked them all. We have varying belief in the Panthers. Jesus Christ! By the time we get down to the bottom, this is gonna be mine and Owen's make or break year team for this division for sure. But Adam, you get to be so you're gonna be the tiebreaker in a lot of these. So we'll see how it goes. Carolina opens the season at Jacksonville. I gave this one to Jacksonville. Owen gave it to Carolina. Adam, how are you feeling?
Carolina for me.
Wow, you're a true Carolina believer.
Something to actually know, the last 6 games of the season last year, Bryce Young was a top 5 quarterback in almost every metric. Just as a heads up.
It's very interesting. The Chiefs kind of fixed him. I was at that game.
It was against the Eagles. It was against Tampa Bay too, actually.
He was doing it against real teams. Yeah, it wasn't beating up on bad teams. He did it against real teams. The Chiefs just they awoke something in Bryce Young. It's very interesting.
I agree. Yeah.
But good for him. I hope he keeps doing it, but I have my doubts. I just think he might regress back to what he was. But week 2, they're at the Arizona Cardinals. Me and Owen, we've already given that game to the Cardinals. Are you feeling the same?
Nope. Going for the Panthers here.
Whoa.
Is he gonna do it
Huge
again,
on
dude?
Bryce Young. He's huge on Bryce Young. Week 3, they host the Atlanta Falcons. Me and Adam gave that one to the Falcons. Owen gave it to Carolina. They are at New England that following week. I gave that one to New England. Owen gave it to Carolina. Adam, you could be tiebreaker. I know you're big on New England. Are you bigger on New England or Carolina here?
In New England, I'm going to give it to New England. I think Vrabel is defensively going to be he's going to make it very difficult for Bryce Young to get anything done.
I do believe it. All right. They October 5th, they host the Miami Dolphins. Me and Owen have already given that one to the Panthers, actually. Are you feeling the same, Adam?
Yeah, I am. I
Panthers
am. Yeah.
keep pounding. Hashtag keep pounding. That's what they say. October 12th, they host the Dallas Cowboys. I gave that one to the Cowboys. Owen gave it to the Panthers. Adam,
Panthers.
That's right.
Panthers.
Panthers. Are you gonna have
I
Panthers winning this division? I'm
He's
starting
gonna
to
well, I
get a
be
little
mean, so
scared.
the Panthers are like they're not the best team. They're like a
No,
mid team,
they're
but
certainly
Dallas
not the
just
best team.
loves to embarrass themselves. Like, I
That's
mean, this is what's gonna happen.
that is true. We do know this. They are at the Jets the following week. Me and Owen believe in the Jets. We both have picked the Jets in this one. Adam, are you picking the Jets or are you picking the Panthers?
I'll take the Panthers on this one.
Oh my god. This is all right. This is getting ridiculous. Uh,
Don't worry.
October 26th, home against Buffalo. I gave this one to Buffalo. Owen gave this one to the Panthers, which is insane. Adam?
Wait, I did?
Yep.
No, I'm giving it to Buffalo.
Oh no, why did I give it to fucking I look like a genius when they win.
It's true. It's true. Fade Buffalo. At some point, it'll work.
That's fair. November 2nd, they're traveling to Green Bay. Me and Owen do not have them making that big Lambeau year 2 leap. Or year 3 leap, I guess, for Bryce Young. We both picked the Packers. Are you picking the Packers here, Adam?
I am picking the Packers.
Go Pack, go. November 9th, they host the Saints. That's a get right game. As I have them going into that on a 4-game losing streak. Adam has them on 2-game losing streak. Owen obviously had them losing to the Packers. But we all have it as a get right game. We have them all of us have them beating the Saints in Carolina, and I think that's fair.
Woo!
They are at Atlanta the following week. Me and Owen both picked the Falcons. Adam has picked the Panthers. The week after that, Monday Night Football at San Francisco. What a terrible Monday Night Football game. Me and Owen picked the 49ers. Adam?
I am going to pick the 49ers. I think they're going to be pretty beat up after that Atlanta game. They just had two division rivals in a
Mhm.
row in New Orleans and Atlanta, and then they fly out to the West Coast.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a brutal game week. And then to play
Mhm.
but at least you get the extra day for Monday Night Football. It makes you feel a little bit better about it. November 30th, after Thanksgiving, they host the Rams. I have again, it's a West Coast team traveling east. I picked the Panthers here. Owen picked the Rams. Adam, the deciding vote.
I'm actually going to take the Rams on this one because I think they're going to still be banged up and they really need the bye week. That
Mhm.
is right there.
Adam realizing he needed to pump the brakes on the Panthers as they go into their Week 14 bye week. He has them at 7-6. Owen has them at 7-6, and I have them at 8. I'm at 5-8. So we are all on definitely differing levels of the. Oh, sorry. I am at 3-10. That's my bad. Bad math on my part. I missed those bottom 2 wins. I'm at 3-10. So we're all definitely varying levels of in on the Panthers. 7-6, 7-6, 3-10. As a group, we have them at. Sorry, I want to make sure I get that right. We have them at 4-9. So even as a group, we can't really decide where those wins are going to be. So, but luckily they come out of the bye week, Week 15, December 14th, at New Orleans. We all gave that to the Panthers already. The following week, they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Me and Adam gave that to the Bucks. Owen gave that one to the Panthers for some reason.
That's right. Gotta win some games, Truman.
Carolina stays home, hosts Seattle. Me and Owen already gave that to Seattle. Adam, you said you're big on Seattle. Are you this big on Seattle?
Yeah, I actually think Seattle takes this one. And it's mainly because I think Seattle's still going to be vying for like their division lead at that point. Like it's between them and the Rams, in my opinion. Um, I noticed something else though, just a second ago. Owen, do you have the Panthers beating Tampa Bay both times?
I do. Unfortunately, yes. Tampa Bay will be playing their starters the second time, but it'll be okay.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. No,
Good,
I
good,
think the
good.
Panthers they do well this season. I think they have a lot of optimism, but they don't do enough to get into the playoffs,
When you
in my
pick a
opinion.
team at 0-17, the other teams in the division get free wins, okay?
It's true. It's true.
I guess that's fair. The last week of the season, they are at Tampa Bay. Again, we've already picked that. I gave that to Tampa Bay. You guys both thought Tampa Bay will be resting their starters and gave that game to Carolina, which means that Owen, you have them very high, 10-7. Adam, you have
That
them at
might be too
9.
many.
You have them at 9-8. You had them starting 5-2, by the way. So to end up at 5-8, honestly, a bit of a disappointment. Going 4-7 from there on out. As a group, we have them at 6-11, and I picked them all the way down at 4-13. So do with that what you may, Panthers fans.
I like 9-8 better than my 10-7, but yeah, I've been waiting to say Saints 0-17 for a while. They're just horrible. They're just gonna be horrible. They're a retirement home. Have
That's
you seen the
yours.
depth chart? It's all players are like 28 years old and over.
Dude, I
That's
said
fair.
the same thing last year. I was saying like these guys are going to be terrible. Like they have so many terrible contracts they need to shed.
And
It's
and you
just
and you were correct.
like I mean Archie Manning. I know he wants to go to either the Saints or the Colts. Don't ask me why. I don't know why why he would want to go to the Saints at all. I understand the Colts, but there's family.
Archie Manning played for the Saints.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's family legacy there, but like what you're gonna
But
tarnish that legacy by going to the Saints in that situation?
Archie Manning
Like
was also terrible. I mean, the Saints were terrible when Archie was there. Like,
oh, okay, so same legacy then. Yeah,
yeah,
he
Archie's
he
kind of a lovable. He was a lovable loser there. So,
it's like
but
Jameis Winston.
yes, yeah, exactly. So here is the recap for it again. I have Atlanta at 8-9, Carolina at 4-13, New Orleans at 2-15, and Tampa Bay is my only team over 500 at 12-5. Owen has Atlanta at 10-7, Carolina at 10-7, New Orleans at 0-17, and Tampa Bay 12-5. That's what you're talking about when you have a team at 0-17. It kind of what is it? A rising
Inflates the rest
tide.
of the division.
Rising
Lifts
tide
all
raises all
boats.
shit, raises all boats. Yes, exactly. And so 0-17 is a lot of dumping a lot of wins into this division. So I think that's fair. Adam, you have Atlanta at 7-10, Carolina at 9-8, New Orleans at 2-15, and Tampa Bay at 12-5. Which means as a group, we have Atlanta at 9-8, Carolina 6-11, New Orleans 0-17, and Tampa Bay 12-5. I believe we have all picked Tampa Bay at 12-5 and Tampa Bay to win the division. I think that's about as close as to a consensus as we've gotten on any of these divisions
That's right.
for any of the previews, and I think it's might be one of the easier divisions to pick. I imagine. Anybody feel weird about what they've done here? Owen or Adam, you guys feel weird about what you've done with Carolina?
The only thing I feel, yeah, I think maybe Carolina deserves like an 8-9. But I don't hate 10. 10 can happen, but we'll see.
Thanks to the Saints. Yeah. I mean, it seems high. It's gonna feel high, but it's realistic. Just because I keep saying it, they have the pieces that they need. They do. Like last year, the reason that their defense was bottom of the league is because of one guy, and it's the same for the Chiefs. Derek Brown was out along their defensive line, and their entire defense is built around that guy, just like ours is built around Chris Jones. If
That's
Chris
fair.
Jones was out, we would be a bottom 10 unit. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I don't even
for
think
sure.
that's a hot take.
No, no, not at all. I think you're right. Okay, all right. I feel good. I feel good about what we've done here. So let's do top 5 NFC South players, and then we'll get out. We'll get on out of here. Let everybody start thinking about how many games the Saints are going to lose. Owen, as always, we will make you go first. I'll go next, and Adam, you can come in and help remind us who all we missed because we are too fantasy brained and never think of defensive players at all. So that always helps. Owen,
Okay, well,
are
I'll
you ready?
start.
Okay.
At number 5, Chris Olave, solid wide receiver. His production's been down because janitors throw to him, and so that's why he's at 5. Because the most janitor we've ever seen, besides the one that's playing backup quarterback in New York right now, is going to be the starter. Yeah. At number 4, Drake London, solid wide receiver. Solid wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At number 3, you gonna write these down,
I
pal?
am. I'm doing my list also. All right. I'm ready.
Yeah. Bijan Robinson at number 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's really solid. He's gonna be a fantasy demon. I don't think he's the best running back in the league, but he's going to be a fantasy crazy guy.
If you do get
Number
into
2,
your fantasy drafts, do make sure that you are picking the correct B. Robinson. By the way, I saw.
Drew, make sure you double click.
I assume you guys all saw the one this weekend where somebody put B, like, first overall pick B, and he's like, there it is, and everybody's like, dude, you picked Brian Robinson Jr. Everybody's like, oh my god.
Guy who
So,
might get traded or cut coming up. We'll see.
yeah, Chief. Just kidding. We do not need another guy that runs like that.
It's not called getting cut. It's called getting shot.
Christ.
Ricky Pearsall treatment. Also, Brian. Yeah, right.
Everybody.
That's
All right. All right.
Anyway, number 2, J.C. Horn, corner for the Panthers. Top 5 safety. I mean,
What?
top 5 corner.
Okay.
Yes.
I said safety. Very, very solid player. And number 1 is Bake Show.
Yep.
5,000 yards last year.
I think that's fair.
Serviceable guy on
40
his
touchdowns.
his 4th chance, which is hilarious. Some coach finally said, "Oh, this guy's decent with good wide receivers."
Decent.
So, yeah, turns out he's more than decent. 5,000 yards. So,
That's fair.
yeah, Chris Olave, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, J.C. Horn, and Baker Mayfield.
Man, you are stuffed up. I can hear it.
Dude,
can
I
hear it
know. I
in
can't
that
wait
list.
to not listen to this recording.
Okay. All right. I will go next. Honestly, J.C. Horn is my number 5. He kicked a couple people off the list. I thought about Winfield Jr. here, and I also thought about Mike Evans here, but he does not. Neither of them make the list because of J.C. Horn. I am going to put Drake London in here, right here. We both agree. Very good. I'm going to be targeting him beginning of the second round into the first round. I think I have the 11th overall pick in one of our drafts. So I think that I'm going to be all over Drake London there if I can be. Number 3, this is where I put Alvin Kamara. Kamara. I feel...
Alvin cut injury coming?
No.
Yeah.
He
wasn't
games.
He hasn't been like banged up at all.
No, he doesn't get hurt, which is crazy. Like,
Yeah,
he just hasn't been.
It's a
Yeah,
crazy
not till
shot
I
for
get
you to
down
call.
there.
Yeah, right. Owen's gonna go injure him. Sounds like. Although, man, if you meet him in a nightclub, I think you're more likely to end up injured, from what I understand. There you go. That's a good one. Number 2. This is where I put Bijan Robinson. I think he's just a little bit better than Alvin Kamara, but I think he's also due to take like really that elite step this year. But and number 1, I mean, you're gonna have to draft him first overall in your fantasy league. Kyle Pitts, baby, come on. What are you talking about?
Oh my!
No, Baker Mayfield's number 1. The Bake Show. It's crazy. I'd like to see. Actually, I want to see if I guess I closed that list already. I'm a little curious if any of us had him in our top 5 of the NFC South last year. So let me pull that up real quick.
Baker? No.
Yes.
We did not.
No way.
No, we had Kirk Cousins at the top. I guarantee it.
Oh God, we all did have Kirk Cousins. I had D.I.
Hindsight's a
Johnson.
bitch.
I don't know who that is.
Deontay Johnson? Oh yeah, he was on the Panthers last year at the beginning of the year, and then
Oh,
they like cut him mid-season.
God, that guy's just faded from my mind at all. Was that the old Steelers wide receiver?
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, and he
Yeah,
was good, and we thought
And
he
then
would
he
be
had
good at the
like
Panthers. But
extreme attitude issues and got cut.
yeah,
yep,
same thing with the Ravens. Same thing with another team. Even I think he
yeah.
got cut multiple times that season.
Yes, the only one with uh Baker on their list was Owen. Owen had Baker Mayfield number 5 last year.
Nice.
Other
Yeah, you're
otherwise,
right.
It's tough to be this knowledgeable, fellas. My head's just that's why my forehead's so big.
easy buddy. We all had Kirk Cousins number 1. So let's pump the brakes.
Sometimes you have to appeal to the masses.
Adam, we need you not to put Baker Mayfield number 1 because that'll mean that we have cursed him at that point. So please don't do that. But it's your turn to go 5-1 here, Adam. Give us your number
You made
5.
my list.
Oh
All right,
no.
AJ Terrell is gonna be my number 5. Uh,
Uh,
he actually, like we say that JC Horn is a top 5 corner. Terrell actually had him beat in a lot of statistical categories last year. You'd be surprised. You know, JC Horn gave up like 6 touchdowns last year. Terrell gave up 2.
yeah,
Like,
he's kind of. I think AJ Terrell is having that moment, kind of that like a good defensive tackle has, where I
Mhm.
don't really know who AJ Terrell is. It's like I think a lot of people like didn't respect Trent McDuffie for a long time because people just simply didn't throw it to Trent McDuffie's side of the field.
Mhm.
So because he
Yeah,
wasn't
he
getting a
actually
bunch
had a
of
down
turnovers or
season.
anything, but yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was 2 years ago. Like he actually had a down season. AJ Terrell did, and then he did really really well last year. But there's no eyes on him, so it's the same thing. Yeah. Um.
What team does he play for?
Falcons.
Okay. Yeah. No, I legit have not heard that much about AJ Terrell. And listen, hand up. I just don't know didn't know of him before this moment. So now we know.
All right. I guess that'll be my deep cut then.
Go
For
ahead. Ball
number
knowledgeable.
4, I've got Bucky Irving,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
who again statistically was a better running back than Bijan Robinson last year.
Yeah. Sneaky.
Which, and this might be a hot take, I think that he actually gets more rushing yards than Bijan this year.
Okay.
And that's because of the next guy I've got. That's Tristan Wirfs, the left tackle.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Um,
There's no H in
yeah,
Wirfs, right? It's just
no,
WIRF. Okay.
yeah, you got it, you got it.
All right.
I mean, he's injured right now. He might be out first 2 weeks of the season. But he's going to come back. He's going to do a really good job. He's like a top 3 tackle in the league. Um, Next up, I do have Bijan Robinson, just because I think that as a specimen, he is the best running back in this division. Like, I know
Yes.
Bucky had him beat in a lot of categories, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also an offensive line stat too.
Right, as it is with a
Um,
lot of running back, and I think Bijan
Yeah.
also gets a lot of balls. I think gets a lot of passes out of the backfield.
Oh, I
Also,
totally forgot about Bucky Irving. That's not great.
I
See,
thought
and
about him.
that's it
I kicked him
for
off my list.
the average depth of target for Bucky Irving, because he caught a lot of passes too. But his average depth of target was -3 yards, because all they did was throw him screens.
Yeah,
Like, and it worked. It worked really well.
right. He was third
But
down back in a lot of respects.
mhm.
Yeah.
um, and then I know you said not to, but
Oh
Baker's number
God,
1.
we've cursed him. We've cursed him. The top of the
He
NFC
already went on
South,
new
Baker
heights.
Mayfield.
He already went on new heights, so he's uncursed.
Baker Mayfield did
Yeah.
what? I missed that.
Dude, what? You didn't know that?
No, man,
It was like Baker Mayfield, and then they also brought on Adam Sandler, I'm pretty sure, on the same episode.
that's crazy.
Shelby's
Interesting.
nodding next to me as if she's been listening to New Heights. She has been listening to New Heights.
Oh, now you're in trouble.
Yeah, no, Shelby's in trouble because she has not listened to any other podcast that I know of.
Also, again, I will always say it is hilarious that you you force your girlfriend to sit in the same room as you record the podcast, and then she.
I didn't force her to sit there. She decided to sit there.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever you say. Babe, please, I need you to sit next to me while I yap.
Like every other night.
Okay.
Yep.
So to absorb ball knowledge like osmosis.
I'm
Yes.
trying to get her to have ball knowledge through passive diffusion, but I haven't been able to work it out yet.
Baker Mayfield and Adam Sandler were on the same episode of New Heights. That is correct.
Yeah, I'm fucking ball knowledgeable. Holy shit.
Okay, about podcasts. He's podcast ball knowledgeable. Pod ball.
Yeah, dude.
Ball pod.
You think a guy that listens to 3 nerd podcasts wouldn't have ball knowledge? Let's be real.
That's fair. All right.
Cool.
So there's our top 5 players. There's our division previews. That's it. We'll revisit this next year and be very bummed out by what we did and what we said.
What are you talking
We'll
about?
all
We literally
apologize.
just reviewed our picks from last year, and we're happy because we're ball knowledgeable.
Adam
yeah.
was ball knowledgeable. Shout out Adam. Adam, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, listen, before we glaze
Thank you.
Adam too much, we should just pull up 2 years ago.
No, we don't need to do that.
No.
I know how
No.
high I was on the Panthers. I had them at 10 wins, I think.
No, it was 12.
Was it 12? Oh no.
Yes.
Well, and they won like 3. Like...
It might have, listen, it might have been 12 before the 17 game change.
No. I think it was 17 back then.
When did the NFL implement the 17th game?
2021, I think.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah.
All right,
you go.
never mind. You're safe.
You're safe. Marked safe.
12 only 12-5, not 12-4.
Thank God. Reasonable. All right. So there it is. We all have
2
Tampa Bay winning the division. We all have Baker Mayfield as the best player in this division. Sue us, I guess.
And of course, the NFC South, nothing bad could
shit.
possibly happen.
Smack the fuck out of the mic. Yes. No, nothing will ever go wrong. I don't know. I don't know if we'll talk about this because we always do AFC South team of the week or NFC South team of the week. I don't know if we talk about the NFC South or the AFC South this year because they're both going to be total trade wrecks. So I'm not sure.
Well, that's the point of the AFC South,
of the day
NFC
every
South
week.
team of the week, Truman.
Mhm.
Dude, if a team is going 0-17, we are doing the NFC South team of the week.
We might just need to do the South team of the week. The
Well,
2
okay.
divisions.
The spirit of the division is just choosing whatever division's the worst division in football. Because remember, it was initially the AFC South because the Texans and Colts and Titans were all bad. And so we're like, okay, we'll choose that. And then last year, the NFC South was too bad to ignore. So
I think we'll
Yeah.
have to do them again this year, probably. I think you're
we'll
right.
see. We'll see.
We'll see. We might have to
Because the
switch it in the middle of
AFC
the year.
Because the AFC East wiggles out of it because the Bills are good.
We just might need to pick like worst division of the week. Maybe that's how we switch it up. And we'll call it the
No.
AFC South Team of the Week award.
It always happens. Like you get 1 week where every single team in that division loses.
Mm-hmm.
You actually, and I think there was one even a couple years ago where 2 of the teams played each other and they got a tie, so still no one won.
Yeah, it was like, dude, it's like
The
man,
AFC
that's a bad
South-
week.
The AFC South Team of the Week award.
To a division.
And the division this week, winning the AFC South Team of the Week award goes to
Division award.
Gotta keep
Sponsored
adding more words.
Sponsored by Taco Bell. All right.
Sponsored by Meltbox.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it. Adam, we appreciate you for being on here. And we look forward to having you on again next year to break down where it all went wrong and why we all cursed Baker Mayfield. We'll have you on to talk about that.
Can't seem to
hire
find anybody
someone
else
to
who cares
uncurse him.
about the NFC South. So
Yep.
Just gotta love ball. If you gotta touch the NFC South at all, you just gotta love ball. That's all I gotta say.
That's right. You gotta love ball. That is true. Adam loves ball, and that's why he's on every year to break down the NFC South. All right. we will get out of here. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, like to make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. You're commenting who you think is going to win the NFC South and how many wins you think the Panthers will have. Or no, the Saints?
Saints.
You know what? The Saints, yes. How many wins do you think the Saints will have? If you want to help support us, patreon.com/HomeDisaster. Shout out the patrons over there. Ozzy, Skylar, Dylan, Aaron, and Mailbox Kid City, currently opening the Iron District. Could be you if you want to join by the time the season starts. Hear your name every single week. We try to do it twice, but sometimes we forget here at the end. Twitter.com/Steam Machine, Twitter.com/OwenGoshDominant. Adam, do you have anything you want to shout out?
Drink water.
Drink water. That's right. Shout out drinking water. Did you get overheated lately or anything? Or are you just a big proponent?
A goated thing to do.
It's goated. All right.
One of our friends got stroked by the heat this last week.
So
The whole team?
No, just him. He got stroked. He got stroked by the heat.
The Miami Heat. All right.
Miami Heat joke.
Yeah. Yep. Twitter. Go follow us on Twitter. Twitch.tv/TVScene if you ever want to watch it live. We'll see you next week for the AFC West. Peace.